Yo, what's up guys? Luke Callahan of the Disc Golf Kid here. We are out at IBM with Rick, Brian, and Grant. We're gonna play a little, what do you call it? Alternate doubles? Team switch
alternate doubles,
yeah. So we're gonna flip for the first teams, and then basically every 6 holes it's gonna change, and you each have your own score. So we're gonna see who takes it down. We're playing the Safari layout too. So this is also kind of a course walkthrough. Alright.
No.
Tails. Alright.
So you're one. Us 3 flip again. You guys got the Cayman. Oh, Brian's one. So odd man is Brian.
Sweet.
Man, I picked up a ringer.
Alrighty, hole 1 is 530, par 4. The ball field is OB on the right, so it's actually, the walk path isn't OB though, right?
It's not OB.
So everything to the left is safe, just don't want to be in the ball field. And you guys have the box.
What's up everybody? Luke Callahan and Rick in the booth. What's up, Rick?
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. So I explained most everything for the holes in the actual video, but we still wanted to do coverage or commentary so that we could go through all the local knowledge with Rick, because Rick plays out here a good bit.
Yeah, quite a bit.
So you just put one in the fairway. The walking path is not OB here, just to the right of the fence. So good to have one safe, and then I think Grant just did the same thing though, right?
Yeah, what we're just trying to do here is this is a pretty simple tee shot up into the middle and then a simple up shot. This is the easiest hole in the course, 2 par, which is good because the next one kind of bites you in the butt pretty quick.
Yeah. I just threw what I thought was going to turn over because Brian told me to go for it, but just a safe layup like you and Grant did.
Yeah, anywhere out there's a good spot to be in usually. You definitely want to get this hole if you can. It's a good way to start, especially with that second hole looming.
Yeah. Brian has the green light here, and I don't remember what disc that was, but he just turned it over a little too much. Do you know what that was?
It was a strike, I believe.
Gotcha.
Which he doesn't normally throw, but he's got a little COVID rust, so.
That was a pretty good shot from Grant, an awful tree kick, but you guys are still inside circle from there, I think.
Yeah, definitely are, and this shot's going to give us about the exact same putt from the other direction. So.
Yeah, another good shot. 2 shots inside circle for birdie. And Brian is a switch hitter, going lefty.
He is a switch hitter, and if he played only left-handed, you wouldn't know he was right-handed.
He doesn't have a forehand, though. He prefers to go lefty instead of the flick.
That is correct.
And I threw mine way too inside and clipped one of the first available trees. So we have like a 50-footer for our birdie. Good up from Brian. So now I have the green light to go for it. And I missed left. I don't know how I did with that tree there.
Right.
On the left of me.
It's a good effort from that distance.
Yeah, I wasn't too upset with it. And that's a nice putt.
Easy pickup.
For you guys is birdie. Nice little tap in. Throw it back to past Luke for hole 2.
Alrighty, hole 2 is 590. You kind of want to play a big forehand or turnover or lefty for some people to the gap way down there, and then it's another big shot down the hill with some low ceiling to deal with depending on where your drive lands. So they birdied, they're up. This is a really good birdie to pick up. I think Rick said it's one of the harder ones on the course.
Yeah,
What disc are you throwing here?
This is a DX Leopard that I just try to get out there just over the corner of that fence, and not like that. That is not ideal, and Grant's gonna have to work to beat this.
That one's crushed. That one's way far down there, so yeah.
What you want to do is get around that tree and get anywhere near 4's basket, which is just, yeah, you can't quite see it, but it's just to the right of that tree, but you got to go to the left side to get to it. So a big sweeping turnover or flick, like you said.
For sure. This one is pretty much all about the tee shot. If you have a tee shot out there, it's a relatively open up shot, depending on where your tee shot is.
Yeah, Grant turned his over a little too quick, but I think it ended up giving us a pretty decent look from there.
Yeah.
Brian throwing lefty again. A little high, doesn't quite get enough distance to beat the tree.
And he's in the monster tree.
Yes.
That tree will gobble up your disc. I don't think he ever went back for that. We couldn't find
he did the next day.
Oh, okay. Did he get it?
I don't remember if he found it or not.
All right.
This is a crush, gentlemen. That is about 50 feet in the air as it goes over 4's basket, I'm pretty sure.
I got that disc, like, I think I'd thrown it 3 or 4 times before this round. It was in one of my brand new Hades, or Paul's brand new Hades. But it goes so far.
You see Grant's burnt out rollover shot kind of gave us a really good angle to it. Usually you want to be throwing to the right of that tree in the background there by the basket, but this is just as good, maybe even a little better, but harder to plan for. Grant gets his high, and
yeah, just that little bit of low ceiling from the 2 Mando trees for hole 4. They're not in play on this hole.
this is a monster crush. This is probably close to 500 feet.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly how much we had left. We had like 130, 140.
Yeah, it was a ridiculous amount. It's this hole's much harder than you made it look.
Yeah, I've only played this hole I think one other time before this, and so I was pretty happy with the drive. And we did get up and down from 130 that time, unlike the last hole. Grant putting for birdie.
It's Grant giving a pretty decent run at it, but
I
not
really thought
quite.
he made that one.
So he's close enough that I just don't want to be short, and mission accomplished.
You did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
A little higher because you just skipped off the top, but you have that nice nose down putt, so it's hard to blow by the basket too much. We just tapped in our birdie, so now it is 1 down to 1 down going into hole 3.
Last hole, me and Brian birdied. They both parred, so we now have the box for the first time of the round. Hole 3 is 512, par 4, way down the hill, and then kind of like a tricky upshot into the woods. So maybe we can get a long jump putt, but hopefully a birdie.
Yeah, here you just want to get down there as far as you can, just to the left of all those trees, and that usually will give you an alley to get into the basket for a birdie. These, out of these first 4 holes, 3 of them are some of the easier ones that we have, and the only one that's not is that second hole that we just played that you guys birdied.
Yeah, this one's definitely tricky. You want to just put a drive out there, but then still, even if you pump one, you don't have an easy approach. There's only one real gap to the pin, and it's really tight, so you really want to get a drive up there close, unlike me and Brian both did.
Yeah, and usually the mistake you want to avoid is going to the right, as this sails to the right.
That's a crush.
Yeah, it was down there, but it's that gives you a lot more tree to go through from that angle, and hopefully Grant can give us a little better look.
Yeah, and if that would have finished back left without hitting that branch, it would have still been in pretty decent position. Get off that one.
Also smashed and also right about where I'm at, so we're pretty pinched.
Yeah,
That's a bad spot.
2 really good drives to not get rewarded at all. I think Brian threw a Firebird there, lefty again.
Lefty, yeah, it's a good weapon to have.
Yeah, gave us a nice putt.
Tomahawk or a
I don't even know what I was doing here, I forgot. Tomahawk. That'll be interesting to watch.
It actually panned a pretty good direction, but I think you caught a little something that stopped you from getting to the basket.
Yeah, just a little short. It's going to be, I think, like 5 feet short of where Brian was.
Yeah, this I'm trying to get high, and that is way high and way right. Never gave myself a chance. Hopefully Grant can do something better again.
You think a putter backhand?
Oh, he's going backhand.
Just the right of it?
Interesting decision.
We're not going to birdie.
Does Grant throw a lot of flicks or no?
I wouldn't say a lot. He throws them.
Okay.
This was a pretty good effort from him, though.
That was beautiful.
He got us up there with a look. It's not the best look that we could have, but it's a look, and that's all you can ask for after a bad drive.
And he put you guys like right in the middle of the main gap you want to hit too, so. That helps. I thought you nailed that one.
I did too.
It was so pretty. Grant gonna see if he can hit the same line, just maybe a foot further. Maybe less. That was so close. I don't know how it didn't tickle the front chains. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He just goes a little long.
Great run. Great up shot.
Overcorrection.
Yeah. I have like a 45 footer here with a backstop, so I just want to make sure to get it there.
Yeah,
So I just put it low and left. Never give it a chance. What I like.
yeah, this is a good basket to run at because of that hill behind for sure.
Yeah. Can Brian save us? No. Kind of, his got above the basket at least, so his would have had a chance if it was a little farther left. Mine never had a chance at all.
Direction and distance.
Now moving into hole 4. Tied up.
Hole 4 is 540, straight through this gap, and then up to the right, kind of hugging the wood line. Play off the tee is really anything straight down there, and then you have like a 200-foot approach.
This is a pretty narrow gap, but if you hit it, you've got a pretty straightforward play to the basket from there. And if you miss the gap and hit one of these trees, it's usually a pretty safe par save from there. You're probably going to be taking birdie out of the equation, but
It's almost impossible to get a birdie from
Yeah.
those trees. I kind of want to just go throw 10 discs from those trees now and see if I can get a birdie. I think the only way to do it would be like a big roller, cut roller or something.
there's also a big ante line to the right of those trees, just over the corner of that building that goes up the complete opposite side of the tree island that we have out there. This is all you're looking for. Nothing big, nothing just out there in the middle. You should have a good upshot to the basket from there.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Grant now has the open door to go for it.
He tends to try to avoid the gap and go over, but I think he got this one a little too high and it burns out short on him.
Yeah, just a little nose up. It kind of just stalled out a little bit there. So we were actually pinched off a little bit. I wanted to be like 10 feet further, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. It's tough to try to go through that corner of the island there because you hit something, you're gonna drop down and par at best from there.
Yeah, Brian put us like 40 feet away, so I just went with this cut flick roller, see if I could curl it up, and it just did not slow down at all.
You can see from here, not an exceptional drive, but usually a pretty easy flick up from there. Grant puts his a little too low and hits the tee box there.
Is this your signed Nate Sexton Firebird?
I don't think this is the signed one.
Okay. Nate Sexton came out here and played Rick's course, so that's pretty cool. If you can build a course and then have one of the top pros to play it, as Brian is jamming a 45-footer, 40-45. That was a great putt. Because you know I wasn't making that one.
Brian gets in a good set of putts. He'll be hitting them from distance. He tends to choke at the shorter distance.
Pressure, Grant.
Really good putt from Brian. Grant to see if he can match it from a little shorter.
Grant doing the smart thing and keeping me off the putting green.
Hole 5, 368, par 3, going to that basket down there, throwing from somewhere in here. The play is either like a straight kind of turnover through this tight gap or a big swinging hyzer out wide. So me and Brian's still in the box. So
Yeah, this one's a fun hole. I like this one a lot. What do you throw here? Do you go?
I throw a destroyer and I go kind of flat under the right side of that tree and just let it work back to the left. It's hard for me to get this kind of distance on that, and if I try to go to the right of the tree and up, that bleeds off distance, so that the undershot gets me closer to the basket. But this is our first par 3, and it's a long haul to get down there.
Definitely. Brian crushing this one. Put us in really good position, actually.
Yeah, that gets you down there where you want to be.
Yeah, we had a circle 2 bid. I think I threw force here. Pretty straight one. straight to stable.
You threw it a mile.
Actually, I only went about 368 feet.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think it was 367. You were just short, I think.
And this is the destroyer you were talking
This is the
about?
destroyer that is now in the water.
Oh no, when'd you lose it?
Just a couple of days after this, I think.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for usually. That's going to probably still be Circle's Edge or maybe even Circle 2, but it's a long pull. I need to get it a little flatter to actually get to the basket, but
And
I'll take that all day.
You and Grant are both pretty respectable putters. So, hopefully you guys can put that one in.
Grant trying to put a little extra breakfast on his, and
Turns it over a little too much.
That's my.
Was that the Shrike again?
I'm
assuming if
the
it's
Shrike was
over that
Brian
much.
earlier. I don't think Grant throws a Shrike. I can't
Ah.
remember for sure.
Then that was something else really flippy. It was a close run, but y'all still got like a 22 footer from there. It's way farther down, or not way farther, but it's more of a slope than it looks on camera.
Yeah, Grant's putt left me a little too much to want to be aggressive at the basket, so I tried to give it a mostly bid, but
Yeah.
just came up a little short.
Looked good from where we were.
And you guys, yeah, that was only 367 for sure, maybe
Maybe
366.
366 or 365, yeah. Need to hit the weight room.
We are now on hole 6. It is 573 par 4. It's not either of these three that you see in front of you. It's way down there, kind of by the baseball field, which is still playing OB, right?
Right.
And this double mando is in play. So you got to go through there, kind of turn right, and then have like a mid-range approach into the pin. This is also our last hole with these teams. So me and Brian are splitting up after this. And I think we are at -3 and they're at -2 right now. We both birdied, so it's still our box. And we'll see what happens.
Yeah, the double mando here is pretty much the only danger, unless you turn one way over right. But it should be a relatively easy birdie if you can put anything by 4's basket.
Yeah, this is what you're looking for. This is right down the middle, right between the two mando trees. You can't quite see the right mando tree because there's a closer tree in its way, but you can extrapolate from that tree where it's at. It's the same distance as that tree that you're throwing at.
Yeah.
And this is another crush.
Nice shot. Wow.
Where did that go? I don't even remember.
You were up a little, like 40 feet past 4's basket, I believe.
Okay.
Shot for you, Grant. All right. That's
Are you going Shrike here?
Strike.
Kind of trying to do the same thing as
The exact same thing as you guys, if I can.
That looks perfect.
That's pretty good. That's usually about what I'm looking for. Maybe a little more
Blackens.
distance, but
And you hit the pole.
that's close. Yeah, I got a little metal on that. I
Yeah.
wish I could throw the normal tee there as well.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Don't know what disc Grant has here, but it's flippy.
Yeah, he definitely flipped it over a little too much. He's going for that little bit of extra distance again, and he got that all the way up by 1's basket, which would have made a easy upshot to 8's basket. As it is, we're kind of pinched off on 4's basket here.
Yeah, really unlucky for such a good drive, but hopefully you guys can still make it work. That one was just a little too low, I think, from
I
Grant.
think so, yeah.
What disc are you throwing here?
It's a T-bird.
T-birdie. Are you going straight at it, or?
I'm trying to flex it a little bit too. If you fade out too quick, you can get into the OB baseball field. So I'm trying to flex it a little to the right first.
Yeah.
As you can see there, it's got a little flex on it.
Get in the hole. Oh my gosh.
Tickle chains.
That was so close. Got the slow-mo. It was more than a tickle.
It was a good throw.
It was a good, solid hit.
I looked it up after the round. The distance from that basket to that basket is 260 feet.
On the camera,
Sick.
too.
If that would have gone in,
had to
and
subscribe.
you guys would have taken a tie if we can get this up and down.
Oh no.
From one back to tying it up. If we get this birdie.
A little too much mustard on that one from Brian. I think he's down close to the soccer field.
Yeah, but it wasn't that hard of an approach. We only had like 200 feet, so hopefully I can get this one up and down. good line, horrible distance control. It's like 30 feet long. Brian, see if you can put this one in. Just clanked it off the band. Super close.
It's a good effort.
Yeah.
Left you close enough to
Open door to run it.
Yep.
Make sure to leave it long. Don't want anything else. And worst putt of my life ever. So garbage. So you guys are gonna tap in for the birdie now. That's a footfall. Didn't mark it.
Yeah, it didn't mark.
So unfortunately, you guys are gonna go to 1 under instead of 3 under.